Hello, welcome back. Welcome you all, and thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I'm here to share my story and to share you why and how I started this journey, and also to inform you what's coming in this YouTube channel and what can you learn from this YouTube channel. All right. I have uploaded my folk song before I started this video to symbolize that I'm grounded to my roots. Because no matter where I have reached in my life, I will always continue to celebrate and appreciate my roots and appreciate and celebrate my culture. Because that social and cultural environment has groomed me to become who I am today in many ways. Women especially has no destiny when it comes to marriage in a patriarchal society, but I feel our roots will stay where we came from. And we should always learn to appreciate that. I'm a daughter of a farmer and I help my relatives in the paddy field, even when I go home now, as my mother don't cultivate paddy anymore. I enjoy doing this from time to time because I feel I have the opportunity to be in touch with the Mother Earth. And also an opportunity to remind myself that I am the outcrop of the soil and I will go back to soil. I was born in a small village called Puru in Manipur, Bharat, surrounded by mountains, forest, paddy fields, etc. Nurtured by fresh air, fresh water, and organic foods. I was brought up in a social and cultural environment where love, honesty, and generosity is not even a question to ask or not even an effort to make. It is always there in the blood. I grew up as a happy child in a big, loving family who shared everything, hardly had any siblings fight. My daddy is the kindest man I have ever known in my entire life. So full of love and so full of peace. The local catechist in his funeral speech said, "If there are 10 people as peaceful as this man, the world will be in peace." Such was my father. My mom, strong, opinionated, open-minded, and overflowing with love and generosity. And I'm very close to my mother. And she loved me so much that she would carry my passport photograph in her purse every day and pray rosary for me every day. That is the kind of bond I have with my mother. I was a free-spirited social butterfly. Graduated in a prestigious college, Don Bosco College, Maram, with second rank in university in the sociology department, along with so many accolades. I was confident that I will be able to do whatever I want in my life. So after graduation, I enrolled in an IAS coaching institute, Vajiram and Ravi, Delhi, Old Rajendra Nagar. For the first few years, I was not able to crack the exam. And being ashamed of asking financial help from my family, I started working in MNCs, at the same time supporting myself in writing the exam. I was not able to clear that. And situations have it, I have to rush back home because my daddy is seriously ill. And my sister, who means the world to me besides my parents, is also seriously ill and bedridden. My parents would discuss amongst themselves that they would not die. They would delay their death for me until I do something in life. Because I was the only one in the family who is unemployed and who has no family of my own, who is not married. But 1 month after I came home, my daddy just breathed his last in front of me. I stood there numbed and felt like as if my heart was squeezed until I could not breathe. I felt like my whole world is going for a toss, and the hope to make my daddy proud and the hope to make my daddy happy just broke into pieces. I have never felt so hopeless and so worthless in my entire life. Because if he is able to make it through that sickness, he would be the happiest man when I'm able to do something in life. But I was not able to fulfill that when he was alive. So it's a big regret for me. Then comes the pandemic. I stay with my mom as she has no one to be with. And few months after my daddy died, one of my brothers-in-law also died in an accident while on duty, leaving my illiterate sister with all their children. With continuous challenging situations, failures after failures, the feelings of hopelessness and wordlessness, I fell into depression. There have been many times my mom would ask me to go out and hang out with friends, but I choose to live in between my kitchen and my bedroom most of the time. And there comes a time where some of my villagers think I was of the rocker. Because I hardly go out, I hardly talk to people. I choose not to show or tell my mother that I was depressed because she was also going through so much after she lost the love of her life of more than 50 years. Soon enough, I cut off all the context, shut off myself in my room, and many times I would cry myself to sleep. I went through it all alone without telling anyone because I feel that if I share my story, people would just laugh at me. People would judge me. People would just mock me and laugh at my story. I felt the rock bottom in my life, not knowing what to do and where to ask help from. I was broken. It was lonely. It was horrible. It was painful. I felt as if I have entered a dark tunnel where I will never be able to get out of it. It came to a point one day where I was sick and tired of my own stuff. I was sick and tired of being broken. And I become dead hungry and dead thirsty about my growth. So I start finding for solutions. And one day, my Catholic nun sister sent me a link to join a webinar. So I joined the webinar. I bought the course that day itself and start investing in myself, investing in buying more courses, more books, and found the right kind of mentor of my own niche with whom I can resonate so much. I have invested hundreds of dollars in my growth, spent Christmas and New Year alone, learning new exciting things from my mentors. I have learned their techniques with devotion, applied it into my life, and found my breakthrough. I finally found my peace, getting up to do what I love to do every day. I am a more joyful, spiritual, and inspired human being now. For a very long time, I allow myself what people talk negative things about me to become part of me and start believing that. I lived in the shadow of other people's opinion for a very long time. I know how it feels to forget who you are and what you are capable of. I know how it feels to be hopeless and worthless because you failed too many times and stayed in a career which is not meant for you. I know how it feels to be talked down to by someone and continuously told you that you are ugly, shameless, worthless, master at failures, and look as old as a 50-year-old woman who is good for nothing when you are in your 30s, and that no man will be able to love you. I know how it feels. I also know how it feels to be laughed at by your younger ones as a shameless auntie who has no job and no family. I know how it feels to be too late to start a job as a fresher because you spend too much time in the career path which is not meant for you. And I know how it feels to be looked at by the society with their judgmental eyes and shove their perspectives down your throat. I've been through all this, so I know how it feels. But let me tell you today without any shame that in the age of internet, no age is too late to start anything. Forget about being in your 30s and starting late. Even if you are in your 60s, you are never too late to start what you are capable of. You have many years ahead of you to make a difference. There are so many people in the world who would want to be inspired by you. There are so many people in the world who would want to learn from you, who would want to learn your wisdom. And people of my younger age, you have an amazing life ahead of you. Embrace the privilege and do not waste so much time like I did, not knowing what to do when it needs to be done at the right time. Do not stay stuck in the career path which is not meant for you because you have no one to prove. And it is always okay to change your career path. You can learn so many things from successful people, but you can also learn so many things from people who failed so many times, like me, as to how not to fail so that you don't fall into the same pattern of people who failed. All right? And I'm open to your questions, and you are always welcome to ask your questions. I would love to see your questions from the comments down below. All right? Our society is designed in such a way that until and unless you speak in the platform of success, your words mean nothing. Your truth means no truth. So let us become the generation of people who consider or who normalize truth as truth, no matter who said it. And I would love to see your opinions in the comments. How do you feel about that? Do you agree? Do you disagree? All right. I have overcome so many blame, shame, guilt, regret, and depression. And I'm able to embrace myself wholeheartedly, my past wholeheartedly. I'm able to love myself again. I'm able to stand up for myself again. And I have decided to speak my truth always without fear of being judged. There is nothing wrong in failing because failing is okay. But you can minimize the regret by taking appropriate actions at the right time and at the earliest. I would want to encourage you to become an action taker. I am specialized in transformational public speaking. Transformational because everybody can speak. But if we are able to speak with authenticity and with conviction, it has more impact. I am open to learning as a coach, and I would never attach myself with the title expert because I find that too bossy and too boastful. I'm passionate to teach people whatever I know and things that help me break the shackles of my own stuck. As I look back, I realize it's beautiful when you look down upon life's traffic from the top, not when you're stuck there in the mess. You learn to be grateful for all the mess that you have been through. You learn to appreciate the naysayers. I do not claim that there will be no downfall, there will be no challenging situations going forward. There will be and there could be, but I know I will be able to handle that with more grace and with more ease. I'm on a mission to help 1 million people find their truest core, find their voice, and speak with authenticity and conviction, and speak their truth without fear of being judged. And as I start recording the videos for my courses, I continue to dream my daddy so often, like 2 to 3 times, even in 1 week. I do not know if that is his way of saying he is happy with what I'm doing or he is watching over me. So I have decided to console myself that he is happy with what I'm doing, and with his blessings, I will be able to achieve greater heights, to speak for the voiceless, to stand up for truth, and to uplift more humanity. I know there are a sea of coaches in different niche in the internet world, but we choose to connect with the mentor whom we can resonate with. And we are always free to choose them. As we have come here today, I'd like to tell you that you are here for a reason. And I'd like to connect with you on a personal level if you can resonate with me. I want to say welcome home, welcome to my family, and welcome to my tribe of daring transformers who finds their voice and who is not afraid to speak the truth with authenticity and with conviction while uplifting humanity. I thank you and appreciate you for your time. I thank you for allowing me the space to share my journey with you so that you will realize you are not alone. I thank you and appreciate you for being so open-minded and listening to me till the end. You may like and subscribe to this channel so that you will get beautiful contents like this from other content creators. And also you will be the first one to get notified whenever I upload a new video, all right? The videos in this channel will be mostly on public speaking, communication, transformation, etc. But I won't mind singing for you all in your dialect sometimes. If you all, as my family, request me to do so, because I love to sing once in a while, all right? Yeah. I want to tell all of you that I want this channel to be a dialogue where we converse with each other in the comments down below. So always feel free to ask questions regarding the topic which I have given you. And I would love to be in conversation with you all. Yeah. Tell me, what did you feel when you listened to my story? Tell me if there is anything that inspires you. Tell me if there is anything that touched you. I can't wait to see your opinion regarding that in the comments down below. All right. I am your sister in your journey. You are grace. You are a possibility. Thank you so much. I'll see you real soon. Thank you.